What the even is online coaching? What we can do for the 100th episode?
Yeah, we'll do them naked.
Do them naked?
Yeah, just with a protein bar.
Protein,
or a tub.
Or just
No,
like just a rice cake.
just the rice cake.
Yeah. We know what online coaching is and should be and what we think it should be, but maybe you guys don't.
I think even right from the start of someone messaging, I think people automatically assume nowadays when they message, it's going to be some sort of automated response or some sort of bot maybe, or AI kind of chat. It's not.
Yeah.
It's literally just us.
Whereas what we're looking to do actually with that assessment week is figure out what you're doing well, lean into that, and then, add as little friction as possible and make maybe a couple of changes in that first week and just ease you into the process, right?
How often can you realistically get to the gym? How long can you train for? Are there any muscle groups you want to focus on building more than others? What exercises do you like? What don't you like? What movements do you enjoy? What don't you enjoy?
Any
what feels
injuries?
Good? Injuries, equipment you've got available. What's your current understanding of training like with regards to like supersets, giant sets, trisets, drop sets, all that kind of stuff.
8 o'clock in the morning, I'll have fish and a rice cake.
What the even is online coaching?
Welcome back. Fish and a rice cake.
I'm Jake.
Yeah, and I'm Jake. Very confusing. And but you'll be used to it by now. Because, this is what, episode fucking, I don't know, 80, 90 something.
I thought we might be more than that. Is it 80, 90?
We'll have to count up because we'll have to do something for the 100th episode. I don't think we're quite there yet, but I don't think we're far off either.
What we can do for the 100th episode?
Yeah, we'll do them naked.
Do them naked?
Yeah, just with a protein bar.
Or
a tub.
Or just like just a rice cake.
just a rice cake.
Yeah.
You can have a bit of fish. I'll have a bit. Actually, no, stick with the rice cake.
Yeah, I don't want fish down there.
Yeah.
Rice cake I can handle.
There'll be no kid number 3 if that's the case. But yeah, I'm Jake. He's Jake. As we've said, back to talk all things fitness, nutrition, talk you through how we help our guys get into the shape that we do, getting lean, building muscle, and also every now and again how we have built our online coaching business.
Correct.
So episode 2 of the Dubai
edition. Yeah. I feel like it's a bit like what are the football one that we like?
The overlap.
Yeah, when they go on tour. That's what I feel like it's a bit like.
Not quite the same audience.
Yeah,
we're funny.
We're better. More people listen to this.
Yeah, the Scholesy episode was good though. Quite like the Scholesy episode.
It was very good.
Man of few words, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, but he's a man of few words, but he's one of those, because he is a man of few words,
you listen.
When he speaks, you listen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because he is, when he's talking football anyway, like, he knows what he's talking about as well.
Yeah, he's class, and obviously the last episode was, he's talking a lot about his kid and stuff as well, and it was like, it's kind of humanises people a lot more, because back in the day, obviously, when they were playing, there was no podcast, there was none of that. It was like, you kind of didn't know what people were like behind the scenes. Whereas have you seen Haaland start a YouTube channel?
I have seen this. I've not seen the channel, but I have seen that he started one.
But it's fucking brilliant. Like, it's class.
Oh, he'll get loads of fucking views on that.
Mate, like ridiculous
amount
of views, obviously, but it's cool. It humanises footballers, and like, they are, stupid thing to say, right, but they are just normal people. And like, you watch it and you're like, Haaland is fucking hilarious, mate. Like, he's just a very funny guy. But you wouldn't have got that back in the day.
No.
So it's good that you get to see them speaking on podcasts and doing YouTubes and stuff nowadays. But
that's the more interesting stuff, isn't it? Like, no one's going to go, I'm saying no one's going to go, people are, but if you gave someone the choice of going and watching Haaland's top 100 goals in the Premier League, or what he does behind the scenes, what he eats day to day, what his training looks like, what he spends his weekends doing, like, you would be more interested in watching that stuff because you don't know that stuff. And like I said, it makes him more of a human. Yeah. Like,
because he is just a fucking robot. As we record this, we've actually just beat Liverpool 3-0. So
last night, you went to watch the game, didn't you?
I did. I was very happy. I was in a bar. I think I was the only City fan in the bar as well. There was a lot of Liverpool fans in there. And
really?
I made myself known, when we scored. I was giving it a little...
Easy win, wasn't it? Liverpool are crumbling at the minute.
Yeah, crumbling. After spending so much money as well.
I know.
We'll leave the football talk to...
Well, we'll have to, because I don't know that much of what's going on, do I? I keep up to date with it. I have started keeping up to date with the scores every week. Like, I do check to see what the scores are, and if I'm at home and the game's on, I will stick it on now in the background.
You're getting into it, mate. You're getting into it. Leeds are back in the Premiership now. Leeds
but they got dicked the other night. I can't remember who beat them 3-1.
Would Leeds be your team? Like, if I was to say who's your team?
No, I used to support Arsenal.
Oh, right, okay.
So when I'm talking when I was a kid, right? So none of my family have ever followed football, or didn't when we were younger. It was always rugby. So I used to follow Bradford Bulls when we were young. That's what my dad supports. And then our next door neighbour, who was my elder brother's age, massive Arsenal fan, and we used to go around to his all the time, kick the football about, play out on the street with him, all that kind of stuff. Like, we're talking like kids. And then I just got into watching Arsenal from him. Coincidentally, might have been the Invincible season as well. So that had nothing to do with it.
Glory hunter.
And then I started following them. I only followed them for like maybe 4 or 5 years. It was like prime Henry years, I think. And then
what a player.
Yeah, and then I sort of started to lose a bit of interest just in football in general. It wasn't just necessarily towards Arsenal, and I just didn't take any interest in it for a long time until only the last couple of years now, really.
Yeah.
And I think it's more just with you, Dan, and Mike always talking about it every Monday, and I've started watching like the overlap and the rest is football and stuff. Like, I've actually started to take a bit more of an interest again.
The rest is football. Is that?
Is it? Or is it Stick to Football?
Stick to Football.
No, it's the Gary Lineker one.
Yeah,
the rest is football.
The rest is football.
It is
isn't
the rest is football.
The rest is football.
Yeah.
Lineker, Mika, and Shearer.
Yeah, I listen to that one every now and again. I don't think that one's quite as good.
It's not quite as good, but it's still
good.
decent. I like Shearer.
Yeah, I do.
I like Shearer.
And then all my brothers are all, coincidentally, well, all of them, 2 of them, massive Newcastle fans.
Oh, okay.
Because half of our family are from Newcastle, so they're all massive Newcastle fans. And then we also used to have James Milner's parents used to come into my dad's shop all the time because he's from where we're from.
They're from Leeds, aren't they?
Yeah, and he used to come into the shop. And when we were young and my brothers were Newcastle fans back then, he used to bring in like match balls and shirts and like game badges and stuff for my brothers.
Of course, yeah. Because he started at Leeds, didn't he?
Started at Leeds. Then he had like, Newcastle was like his prime years, I think. Then he went to Liverpool, I think.
Went to City.
Oh, was it City?
Went to City. Spent about 2 or 3 years at City. Did well for us, actually.
Yeah.
He just didn't play quite as much as he should have, maybe.
Yeah.
But City were doing well at the time. And then he went to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Had a great time at Liverpool. He's still playing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he is.
Mental, mate. I think he's like 40 now.
Isn't he?
Yeah, but he's just like the absolute professional. Like, he doesn't drink,
The boring James Milner account is incredible, isn't it?
It's so good. Like, that Twitter account, like, that was my favourite Twitter account of all time. It was just class.
It's so good.
But yeah, so like, I remember some of the tweets were like, just bought I think one of them just bought a rice cooker. Absolute game changer. It's just so simple, but it was just, I found it fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So like, when obviously he used to come in every now and again and have like stuff that he'd give my brothers because he knew they were Newcastle fans, that definitely like pushed them over the edge. So like, even now they're both still massive Newcastle fans. Whereas at that stage I was already an Arsenal fan, so I was a bit like, don't give a fuck. I did give a fuck. I was still like, hey, it's pretty fucking cool, is that? But yeah. But then since then, just never bothered. But no, so if I did follow it now, it wouldn't be Leeds. Like, if Leeds are doing well, it's nice to see, but I don't really care. So it's just one of them.
They're doing all right this year, Leeds, to be fair.
Well, they're in the Prem, so it's not bad for them, is it? But they got dicked like 3-1 by Nottingham Forest, I think.
Of course they did. Sean Dyche now.
Yeah,
in charge of Forest.
But yeah. Anyway, we should probably get on to what we're going to talk about, which is what the fuck even is online coaching.
Yeah, only because, like, although I think it's one of them where you get in your own little, what you call it, your own little
echo chamber,
your own little bubble.
Yeah.
Of like, we know what online coaching is and should be and what we think it should be. And obviously we speak to a lot of coaches about what it should be and how to deliver online coaching and the things to think about. But maybe you guys don't. Do you know? And maybe you don't, because I
still get inquiries now of people coming in, and it's like,
how does it work?
They don't know how it works. Like, I've had a PT a couple of times kind of thing, and I've seen this a few times, and I've seen your results, and I've sort of followed your stuff for a bit, and I'm interested, but can you explain how it kind of works? Because I'm not really sure what goes on. Do I see you? Do we have calls? Like, what is it? So I think it's still, even though we've been in this game, like, 7 years plus now each, and online coaching's been a thing for not loads, but maybe 10, 15 years. It's definitely sort of developed more and more in the last few years. But
I almost still feel like it's a new thing, though.
It is still a new thing.
It is still a new thing. It's still going to grow, and more people will start to go towards online because online's just, everything's online nowadays. Yeah. But I still don't think people really know what online coaching is. Like, say, I go to like family parties and I'll say like, I'm online coach. I always sound like, I struggle to tell people.
I don't say it.
What do you say?
I'm a nutritionist.
I say nutritionist, but then they go, what do you do? So then I'm like, fucking hell, I have to actually explain what I do then. But I say nutritionist, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when it goes into a bit more detail, and like if Louise goes, he's an online coach, and I'm like, fucking hell, that means they're going to ask me what it is. So, and then I think one or two people still say to me, so do you do like Zoom workouts? I'm like, so they're expecting like lockdown vibes where you're like, 100 burpees now in like someone's fucking living room, and it's like, no, it's not that.
Yeah, literally that. Like, I went and got my hair cut the other day here. And the guy there was like, oh, what do you do? I was like, oh, I'm a nutritionist. I don't like saying online coach because A, most people don't know what it is. So then you have the conversation of, oh, well, this is what it is. And B, I just feel like a knobhead when I say I'm an online coach because the majority of them are knobheads.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want you to think I'm a knobhead.
I know.
I don't think I am.
No.
Like, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Of a knob.
Yeah, a little bit of a knob. But yeah,
not
that
a
big of
massive knobhead.
Not a massive knobhead. So I'm just like, I'm just a nutritionist. And because I did my master's in nutrition as well, so I'm like, I can get away with that.
Yeah,
But then the barber started asking me about it and then was like, oh, what's, I think he asked me something like, oh, so do these trends work? And I was kind of like, what trends do you on about? And then we went down a massive hole of like fasting, keto, paleo, carnivore. We even went on to like, peptides and BPC1 alpha and all sorts. And I was just like, it's nothing special. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. Like, it was literally just that one after. But yeah, so what is it? What is it? Or more specifically, I think what we're going to talk about is how we actually do it.
How we online coach, because everybody will online coach slightly differently. And obviously ours is the best way. You know,
correct.
No, but jokes aside, like we genuinely believe it's the best way. Otherwise, we wouldn't deliver it this way. Like we try to provide
there's no
the best
AI
services
involved, so
possible.
that's already one up on 90% of the competition nowadays.
But yeah, no, we thought we would go through the process. So, should we start with onboarding? Or
yeah, I think it's just that because I think even right from the start of someone messaging, I think people automatically assume nowadays when they message, it's going to be some sort of automated response or some sort of bot maybe or AI kind of chat. It's not. Yeah. It's literally just us.
Yeah, like everything we do is us. Like quite literally everything.
To the point, I've always, if someone drops me a follow, I've always messaged them as soon as I've seen it to be like, hey mate, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I'm not going to start hounding people about anything. And I just want to say thanks. I've stopped doing it now because I'm like, if I do that as soon as I see them follow me, they're going to think it's like an AI bot that's just automatically responded. So now I'm having to actively change how I do things and actually like delay how I would reply to someone so that I'm like, it doesn't come across like it's just AI, even though it is just me trying to just genuinely be appreciative of someone dropping me a follow.
No, I know what you mean because I had a reel go kind of semi-viral recently and I got like 100 new followers, which was great. So if you're one of my new followers, hi. But like I again, like because I was sending them a little message, but I was sending them like because we were coming through quite quickly. I was trying to send them like there and then after a while, I was like, this looks like it's an AI bot thing, and I was like, I don't want it to, so I just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Just stop doing it.
Weird, isn't it? How it's going?
Because we're trying to everything that we preach about is it's us. Do you know what I mean? Like from start to finish.
Whereas, it's literally us.
You know, a lot. Listen, if you're watching this podcast, you probably will have seen like some of these bigger accounts will put out like comment the word fucking fat loss or whatever, the word's fat loss on this thing and I'll send you a new program or send you this freebie. And you've got, 100, 200 people commenting and it's like an instant DM. That's a bot. That's not them. Right. Yeah. Whereas whatever we send you, like if we send you our 6 weeks free coaching or our gaining season 1 or whatever it might be, it's us. Like I send that personally, and I'll be like, "Hey mate, thank you very much. Like, hope you're good. Here's the link below," and I'll always just kind of leave it like that. But it's always me.
Yeah. So if someone does drop us a message or they're interested in coaching and want to know a bit more, like the first thing we will generally do is just try and arrange to have a chat with you and get on a phone call, just because it's easier. Like we both prefer just chatting to people as normal fucking humans, just seeing how you are, what's going on with you, what you want a bit of help with, and if not like. Again, we're never going to get on a call with someone and like try and push coaching down your throat, because if we don't think it's going to be what you need in that moment, like we will just tell you that. Or if we think, this would be more useful for you right now, we will push that way. But we just like actually chatting to people and seeing where you're at and giving you the best advice we can.
Build a rapport more than anything else, because the big thing for us is obviously we want to make sure that our clients are that you like us, that we're on the same page as well as humans, more importantly, because that's going to create that relationship and that environment then for you to get the results you want. So if we got on a call and actually you think this guy's a bit of a wanker, which you would do with Jake,
just a little one,
or whatever, even if we just don't connect for whatever reason, it's like, well, maybe this isn't the best thing right now, and like we're fine with that. Whereas most coaches wouldn't. I don't just be like, take your cash regardless.
So if we have a call, if we have a chat, we decide it's the best thing to do to go ahead, then the first thing that we do is an onboarding week. Now, normally what will happen here is, for the most part, I think coaches nowadays will be like, right, you pay the deposit to, sign up for coaching, whatever it is, or pay the payment link, that's fine. And then download this app, and then you'll start getting sent some messages on what to do, and there's a questionnaire form in it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It can work absolutely fine. We are much more simple in how we do it. We're literally just like, right, the first thing we want to do for the first week is just seeing what you're doing. So we'll send you through literally a spreadsheet, a blank spreadsheet, which is very simple, and it is just for the first week, track what you've been doing up to now. So just keep everything the same. Even if you know you've been eating like shit, just keep it the same. Track what you've been doing so we can actually see what you've been doing to get you to this position you're currently in.
So we call it an assessment week. And the reason we do that, as Jake says, is to see what's got you to the position where you want to make a change, right? So like, if sometimes I've had people come on board and it's like perfect macros, like chicken salads and Greek yogurt every day, and I'm like, is this really what's got you here? Like, you know, but the idea is for us to see what you're doing well, what you're not doing so well, what your current habits are like, what your movements like, what your scale weight is like day to day, so we can get an idea of trends, you know, what your training sessions are like. We actually need to know you as a person and what you're currently doing so we can see what we need to start changing. And often I think one of the biggest issues with a lot of online coaches, and again, it depends on the demographic and things, but if you sign up with someone, you fill out one form, you send them like an example day of eating, whatever that might be, you send them your pictures and they send you a program back, it can feel like a lot of change very, very quickly. Whereas what we're looking to do actually with that assessment week is figure out what you're doing well, lean into that, and then kind of not add as little friction as possible and make maybe a couple of changes in that first week and just ease you into the process, right? And I just think it's that which gets us good results in those early days, because we're not like, cool, you're eating 4 takeaways a day, we're now going to go to chicken, rice and broccoli 7 times a day with all these supplements, because that is too much. It's too much of a change in your life. It's going to disrupt things too much, and you might be able to stick to it for a couple of days, but ultimately it's not going to last very long. Whereas what we might do is like, let's just, let's remove 3 of those takeaways. Let's try to focus on some like more home cooked meals, and add in a little bit more water, maybe not, maybe not just throw a shitload of supplements out. You might recommend a couple that are going to benefit you, of course, but it's gradual, and it's and that's a massive part of why we do it. And again, just get to know you as a human a little bit more as well, and what you enjoy, because we have a lot of clients come to us, and one of the things that I ask is, is there any weekly traditions? Is there anything that I need to know about? And someone might say, yeah, I love a roast dinner on a Sunday. I'm like, cool, we're going to build that in. We're going to make sure you've still got that, because it's important that we listen to you, and it's like, if I signed up with a coach and said, you've got to skip your Sunday roast, I'd be like, nah. Well, it's a big thing for me. Do you know what I mean? So let's work it in somehow. Yeah,
it's just that. It's just trying to get to understand and know you, and like a training assessment's part of that. So we'll ask you in that first week just to give us a bit of information of how often can you realistically get to the gym? How long can you train for? Are there any muscle groups you want to focus on building more than others? What exercises do you like? What don't you like? What movements do you enjoy? What don't you enjoy? What
any
feels
injuries?
Good? Injuries, equipment you've got available. What's your current understanding of training like with regards to like supersets, giant sets, tri-sets, drop sets, all that kind of stuff. And then we put a plan based off of that. Again, I know that in the coaching industry, there are people that just have stock templates, and if they bring on a bloke that wants to build his chest, he might not even say that, he'll just be a bloke that trains 4 times a week. They'll go, cool, there's a 4-day-a-week gym plan, that'll do. Maybe it will, to be fair. Maybe like if you did it and you followed it and you trained hard, maybe you'd probably see some growth. But it's just not personal. Like, there's just no actual personal touch to it, whereas we actually like to go in and say, okay, this is where you're currently at, this is what you want to focus on, this is what
I'll ask my clients to send me, to either tell me what gym they're at, so send me a link, so I have a look on Instagram, or, a website, I can see what kit they've got, a kit list and stuff. If you don't have that, like, can you take, a little video of like a home gym or wherever you're training from, just so, again, I can get an idea, and it's all personalised rather than it just being like, here's this piece of kit that you don't even have in your gym. Do you know? It's like, no, it's like, and don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with having rough templates. I have quite a lot of templates.
Yeah, of course, as a start point.
Because it's something to build out from, right? So if I do have a guy who comes in who wants to train his chest and he wants to train 4 days a week, I might have like a push-pull legs upper template, which is going to be perfect, but I'll get it, and I'll then look at his training assessment, what he's got available to him, his gym in particular, and then I'll tweak it. It won't just be copy and paste, here you go. It's like, no, there's a template. It's something for me to build from.
Yeah.
But again, it's all just bespoke. It's personal.
Yeah, so we have that. We send all those over. We do a bit of a video explaining everything. And then we get started with the first week. And again, the first week, we both emphasize we're not expecting anything magic. We're not expecting you to wake up and just be on it and suddenly hitting every target and know exactly what you're doing. The first few weeks of coaching are very much just finding your feet, going through any sort of teething issues, getting used to tracking, getting used to sort of trying to hit some targets, checking in, which is another big thing for us. Again, when it comes to the check-ins, the most common way of seeing it done will be you fill in a quick form, you send over some pictures, you give your scale weight, and your coach will give you some form of written feedback either via an app or via WhatsApp. I mean, you'd like to think within 24 hours of sending your check-in, but there's a lot of practices out there that sometimes they're just completely missed altogether, or they're sent like days and days later. We don't like doing that. because we would actually, again, rather see you, rather hear from you, rather know how your week's gone in your words. So we ask all of our guys to send us a video every single week, just telling us how the week's been. Not just how's your nutrition been, how's your training been, but actually, how's your work? How have things been at home? Have you been out for a social? Like, have you been out for a meal? Have you been out for a drink? What's been going on? How have you been feeling? Have you been stressed? Like, whatever it is you feel is relevant enough to bring up, just chat. And like, we'll have clients send us 5, 10, 15, 20-minute videos sometimes for the things that they feel are relevant. And then we'll go through all that. We'll look at the photos. They'll look at the information from the week because we get them to track again in a simple spreadsheet in Google Sheets, which is just like weight, nutrition, steps, cardio, training, that kind of stuff. And, we don't get them tracking the blood pressure or the HRV or the blood sugar or how many times they've been for a shit that day.
But then the beautiful thing is with the way that we deliver coaching, I think, and I've used a number of different apps, which I've just not liked, is if I did have a client where I think that's relevant, I can add it in. Really easy. So we're flexible. So again, what we ask you to track might be different to what I ask somebody else to track because it's all relevant to you as a client rather than the masses. And again, that's what I like about the way we do things. Whereas I think with apps and things, it's all very same. Like people are going to ask for the same data. Yeah. Whereas every individual for me gets different stuff that I want tracking, I want logging, I want to see. And that's the beauty of what we do. Again, it's all different. Like this is why someone says, "Oh, what's involved?" I'm like, I don't know. Need to speak to you. Yeah, because I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want to achieve. I don't know what your issues are. I don't know what your starting point is. Whereas I do think most coaches are able to tell you exactly what's included from the get-go because they give the same stuff to every single person. Whereas I'm like, I don't know. I can, obviously I know the price and the price never changes, obviously. But like, I don't know what your plan's going to look like. I don't know what your tracker's going to look like because I don't know you. I don't know where you're at right now and what you want to achieve. But you mentioned there about the videos again, like that. Clients feel a bit funny about that, I think, the first video, because it's like recording themselves feels awkward and stuff. And I get that, right? Like we do content all the time, and I was really fucking awkward on camera when I first started. Still But the reason that we do that is if I'm just looking at data, I don't get any context, right? Whereas actually, if I'm hearing someone speak and I'm getting context behind the data, so on this day, this happened. On this day, my kids were poorly. On this day, it was super stressful, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is you start to go, okay, right, we're getting a little bit of context here. And then the real coaching is coaching around that stuff, not the numbers. The data is actually at that stage fairly irrelevant. It's like, okay, how can we navigate these life things? Not you've not ate your protein on this day. Let's make sure we do that. It's not really coaching. It's instructing. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, for us, that's why we want to hear from our clients. That's why we do. And I think over time, clients massively see the benefits of it. The first one, they're probably a little bit like, oh, this feels odd. But over time, you build that relationship and your check-ins become more like a general chat and it's just talking about stuff. And then that way, if someone is struggling with something, it just comes naturally to them to tell you. Yeah. And that, again, is just a massive part of what I think a lot of online coaches are missing, is that human element.
I think it's that, I think the way it's delivered with a lot of coaches, and again, look, I'm not going to criticise loads of coaches. There's
no,
a lot of good ones out
coaches
there, and we've done various things over the years, learning how the best way for us to do it is. But I think a lot of it is in that feedback process. Is here's the optimal plan for you to reach your goal, right? Here's what the most optimal way to do it is, and then every week it's a review of have you been optimal? Oh no, well you've missed your protein, so next week you need to hit your protein. Next week you need to drink more water. Next week you need to get up earlier and do more steps, right? And it just doesn't help anything because you're just telling someone what they know they've not hit the protein, they know they've not got the steps in, whatever it is. Whereas the way we do it, it's very much led of like, how are you? Like, what's going on? How's your week been? Let us know where you're at. Okay, well, this is what we ideally need to look towards doing, but this is where you're at. So this is what we think that the easiest path forward is going to be. Even though it might not be the best path, it might not be the quickest way to get there, this is probably going to be the one that of least resistance, where you're going to be able to stick to it, feel a bit more motivated about yourself, feel a bit better, and we'll go with that one. And it is literally just that. So we have those check-ins every week. We do video feedback, send through a long video, or as long as it needs to be anyway. Again, it varies massively every single week. And then if we ever need to jump on a call, we just jump on a call. We have WhatsApp through the week where we actually do speak to our clients through the week. We do respond to them. Again, the amount of stories I've heard of clients messaging coaches and just not getting a reply, being completely ignored, or being told just to get on with it. It's like,
is that my client you've heard that from?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's funny now. They're all my clients. It's weird. But yeah, and I can never get over it because it's just not what someone is paying you the help for, right?
I see. This is where I think my in-person stuff really helped me, because when I was in person, I quickly realised that yes, people were coming to get fit and get strong and all that stuff, but they were also coming to have a chat. they're also coming to tell you, maybe not to tell you everything, but like to come and speak to you because you're impartial. It's a way of switching off maybe from like home life or work life. And actually, it's just a nice little outlet for people. And I wanted to make sure that when I went online, that I was doing the same thing. And this is the way that I can do that, do you know?
Do you often get with client check-in videos, I get it all the time, where they'll send me like a 10-minute video and they get towards the last 30 seconds and they're like, fucking hell, mate, I've just realised this is 10 minutes and I've only spoken about training nutrition for about 2 minutes of it. And the rest of it is just talking about whatever's gone on that week in the life, whatever's going on. And I'm like, that's good. Yeah. I want to know that stuff. That is clearly the important stuff if that's what you're choosing to talk about without even thinking about it. So let's talk about that. Because the fitness and the training stuff, we can cover that. That's easy. Yeah.
And you get to know your clients over time. So I had a client not long ago. And she checked in and like she told me everything was fine. She told me she was okay. And I was like, I just knew because I speak to her every single week. So I'm like, I can tell by the way she was saying it, the way she was delivering that message. I was like, I know she's not fine. So that week I literally went back to her with the feedback and I said, something's not right. I know it's not. So what we're going to do is we're not going to track this week. We're going to do this. I want you to go and spend some time with your family, have a few days with the kids, and I don't want you stressing about anything. And she replied like, oh my God, it's like a mind reader. It's like, no, I'm not. I've just done this for a long time and I've got to know you as a person. And like, she was like, that's exactly what I needed this week. I can't, and I couldn't get that if that was a form. Yeah. Be impossible. All I'd be doing there is going, right, go again. Because you've told me everything's fine. Yeah. And then that adds pressure, adds stress, it adds friction. And ultimately that client probably then leaves me. Yeah. Because she can't commit to it. She feel like she's letting me down, letting herself down. Yeah. It's about creating that environment which is right for them.
And that's it. I guess the point we want to get across of what the fuck even is online coaching is, it is, for us at least, it's just a back and forth, isn't it? Like it is a massive, but I said it to a client and we've said it on here loads of times.
It's like a relationship,
isn't it? It is. It's a relationship, not a dictatorship. Yeah. So it has to be a back and forth. And I think if you...
And that's not me saying now that I won't say, listen, I think this is what we should do, but I'll always make sure my clients are on board with it as well.
Oh, we have weeks where we're like, look, you need to be working a bit harder here. We really need to sort of pull our fucking...
Oh, yeah, like I'll have a stern word when it's necessary. Yeah. But it's when the time is right.
Yeah. And beyond that, it is, no, this is a back and forth. This is where we're wanting to get to. This is where you're currently at. This is what the best plan would be.
But my clients get annoyed with me because I'll go back and, like, if someone asks me a question, I go, what do you think? Yeah. And they'll be like, I think this. I'm like, yeah, correct. Yeah. And I think they're a bit like, why? Just tell me. That's what I'm paying you for. I'm like, no, what you pay me for actually is to improve X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And if you rely on me too much, you're never going to improve X, Y, and Z. So I encourage my clients. I'm like, no, what do you think? So if someone sends me a menu, what do you think I should have in my work tonight? What do you think I should go for? What do you think? Cool, let's go with that. Yeah. Because I'm also as much as I want my clients to stay with me forever, I also know they can't, and I want to make sure that when they are in a position to go on their own, like it's going to set them up for the long term. And if I'm just dictating everything, what happens when? Yeah. You're not there anymore. Well, things are going to fall apart. Yeah. So it's giving you the tools and the resources to get, yes, we're going to get you into the best shape of your life because that's what we do, but we want you to stay there as well. Yeah. What's the point otherwise? Yeah. Point.
So I think we've kind of covered a lot.
So that is what online coaching is with us.
Yeah, there's no start date, there's no end date. We're not like, oh, you'll do this and this. Don't get me wrong, we'll have, okay, we're going to try and aim to diet for this amount of time and we'll try and lose this amount of weight. This is what we expect to see each week.
Of what we think things are going to look like.
But there is no, oh, this is only going to be 6 weeks. This is only going to be 12 weeks. This is going to be like, it's just an constant ongoing thing. And we get to one goal, we push it. And then ideally we say, okay, cool, we've done that. Now maybe we take it a bit further. Maybe we look at doing something else. The goal changes. Yeah. We just see, again, it's just a back and forth. That's what it is.
Correct. So if you'd like to know more, don't speak to him. Speak to me. No. But no, seriously, if you would like to know more, just say
well, I guess if you're going to message us, it is actually us that you're going to speak to. I guess that's all you need to know.
I'll get my VA to reply.
Which is also me.
Nice one, guys. See you in a bit.
Catch you in the next one.